Traditionally, estate agents have charged their customers on the basis of no sale, no fee. This means that they only charge on sale and therefore on success. Sounds great, right? Well, no. There are multiple issues with this approach, and in my opinion, this model of charging commission is broken and very bad for the consumer. Why? I'll tell you. Typically, an estate agency business will list about 10 homes for sale each month and sell 4 of them. They're the stats from the Royal Institution of Chartered Surveyors. Of the 4, at least 1 will fall through, and so each estate agency business exists on the remuneration from just 3 sales each month, typically. On average, a UK estate agent charges about £3,500 per sale, but the £10,000 or so that he earns actually has to pay for the overhead of the other 7 properties that he visited, listed, arranged viewings for, etc., and was not paid on. In other words, you, the successful seller, are paying for a bunch of other overheads that apply to people that didn't pay anything. That seems pretty unfair to me, and on my maths means that each successful seller is paying for 2 others that did not complete. That's like going to a restaurant, paying for your meal, but being asked to pay triple because 2 other people that ate there that night were unhappy and did not pay. Fair? Certainly not. Surely better and fairer to pay for just your own overhead, your own resource, and not a load of others. The other argument that's advanced by the estate agency establishment is that paying a percentage commission at the end of a transaction somehow enthuses the agent and gives a higher chance of a sale and at a higher price. Unfortunately, the data shows that the typical high street estate agent actually sells a lower proportion of their listing stock than we do, and achieves a price that is some 2% lower than Emoov. So the reason is that when you're fighting a low volume environment, as they are, and where each deal is so very, very valuable, an agent simply wants to get a deal done, almost at any cost. And when they're earning 10% commission on that 1.3% fee, or £350 on £3,500 as it works out, spending hours and days trying to get you an extra £5,000 or so actually translates to about £6.50 to them personally. Less tax, national insurance, etc., simply not worth their while to bother, and so they don't. And therefore the establishment saying that they work harder for you because we work on a no sale, no fee basis is simply horseshit. And it pretty much insults the intelligence of the public if agents really think that they can persuade someone armed with bundles of internet gained information to pay over the odds, or indeed that they can persuade them to buy a house somehow that they just didn't actually want to buy in the first place. In no other commercial environment is such a convoluted, dishonest and opaque pricing model employed, and frankly, if I went to investors today and said that I was thinking of setting up a business that would be paid for only 3 out of 10 of its sales, but with big increasing overheads around multiple premises that people never visit, by the way, and thousands of staff to fill them, they'd simply laugh me out the office. But that's how traditional estate agency and their no sale, no fee proposition works. And it just doesn't add up for you, the consumer. So the next time that an old-fashioned estate agent says, hey, I'm only going to charge you if I sell your home, you'll know that actually he also wants you to pay for the wastage in his business, and he doesn't really give a hoot about whether you get the best price or not. So look, pay for the work done, not somebody else's.